So, in terms of like what are the common causes of gas and bloating, it's definitely caused by a variety of factors. That includes just everything from your dietary choices, from whether you're eating high fiber foods, you're drinking like sodas, carbonated beverages. All those things can lead to having gas and bloating. Also, just swallowing air. But I'd say probably one of the main issues people deal with it is because they're either lactose intolerant or they deal with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. And so the question is, there are all these factors as to why is there gas and bloating or why someone may have it. But how does like your diet, how does that affect whether you have gas or not, in terms of that being the variable that would be giving you these issues? And so there's certainly foods that definitely cause it more than others. Everyone thinks of beans, but there's a lot of foods. There's broccoli, onions, whole grains, foods that are high in fiber and sugar content, and it's not being properly absorbed by the small intestine, and thus it's not really being it's now being fermented, by the bacteria in the colon, and then it's producing gas. And so the interesting thing is, what is a way in terms of how do you deal with that if you're dealing with constant gas and bloating issues? And an interesting way is by using gas filtering underwear. For instance, Toodles underwear is known for really being able to help with that. And it's Tootles. And so it has an actual layer of activated carbon fabric that's inside the underwear. It's built inside of it. And activated carbon, we all know that we have it in our air conditioning systems, and we have it in water filtration. So it works as a filter in many things, and it uses this process called adsorption, and that actually filters out hydrogen sulfide when you pass gas, and thus it's another filter for filtering farts. It's not something that you would typically think of, but it does in fact work. And so if you're somebody that is dealing with gas and bloating issues, especially when it comes to being in social situations, like there being air travel and going to a business meeting, you're going on a car trip, going to the movie theaters, and you don't want to have that feeling of embarrassment, like, oh wow, I'm feeling gassy, I'm acting up again. It's like you can just wear your Toodles fart filtering underwear, and that will basically save you from that situation. And so I would say it's definitely something that you can always keep on yourself, and it feels just like your regular underwear, so why not? And so because it's just like your regular underwear, you might as well, if you're very gassy, you might as well just wear it all the time. There are other ways in terms of dealing with your gassiness. Obviously, you can take Gas X and Beano. A lot of people don't like to take that just because sometimes it just doesn't work for people. And then another thing is, like, there aren't a lot of medications. It's like, do I really want to take another pill? So it's another invasive option, but it does work. Basically, Gas X is made of simethicone. Beano is made of something else. And simethicone, it basically, the gas, the bubble that's in your stomach, it just kind of zaps and breaks it up. So that is how Gas X works. You can also work on changing your diet. That can definitely help. But then it's like, what if you want ice cream after the movies, and then all of a sudden it acts up again? And plus, it's the diet is not the only variable that affects your gassiness. It's also based off exercise and medications you're on, and a medical procedure that you may have gone through. Even women that go through pregnancy. I mean, my wife, we just had our third child, and it's like your body is different and it takes, transitioning back to it. So having some Toodles is always very helpful, especially when you're going to sleep at night. So it's a great option to use Toodles, in those situations and definitely in all those social contexts. So I would say you should try to give it a try if you're ever dealing with these gas and bloating issues. You could use it. You could, if you're really dealing with like Crohn's disease or IBS, it's like you even use a combination of, working on your diet, taking Gas X or Beano or activated charcoal, and also having fart filtering underwear like Toodles as well. Those can all be ways of helping out with your gas and bloating issues. Especially if you're having gut health issues. So anyway, I would say just give Toodles a shot.